ikiwemo aliyekuwa naibu wa rais, kwamba we should not use churches, we should not use funerals, we should not use events like the other one which was organized by a musician in that part of Mount Kenya to disturb functions because of political expediency. Tukaona viti imerushwa, magari imevunjwa. Mimi kama wakili na mimi kama mbunge, I want to condemn that act of political intolerance in this country.
Lakini kwa serikali, ukifanya makosa uonyeshe mwenzako kisu kwa mgongo, unasamewa, lakini enda pale kando uone 18, uone wenye serikali inasukuma mbele.
So we call upon at least the former deputy president, who we love very much, to relax. 2027 is still far.
Approximately 15.6 million Kenyans have registered with Social Health Insurance Fund. This is according to Health Cabinet Secretary Deborah Baraza, who says the registration exercise had been hampered by lack of identification documents, but added that the government is addressing the challenge. Now, speaking during a registration exercise in Garsen Township, Tana River County, the CS urged private health facilities that have not signed contracts with the Social Health Authority to sign them in order to benefit from the capitation and provide quality services to Kenyans.
We are happy to see that registration is ongoing. We saw a few challenges such as the identification cards and the birth certificate, of which we'll be addressing expeditiously. But what we want to say is that with partners and stakeholders, we want to ensure that there's 100% health insurance coverage at each corner of Kenya. We also want to ensure that all Kenyans are having 100% quality services. There is 100% access to essential medicines, 100% access to human resource for health, and there is 100% access to the digital health platform, so that we have a healthy environment and a digital ecosystem, which is the enabling factor. We have more than 15,640,000 Kenyans who have registered. And so we also take note that the dependents are a bit low. There are more than 2 million. But we are looking to really refine the NHIF data and again look to collaborate with the Ministry of Education to ensure that we are having children again onboarded in the Social Health Authority. That way even our children can be able to access quality care.
As the national government continues to urge Kenyans to register under the new health insurance cover, doctors and investors in private hospitals have expressed their faith in the new cover, calling on Kenyans to embrace it. Led by Dr. Imran Osman from the Avenue Group of Hospitals, the medics have declared their support towards the transition, terming few challenges emerging as short-term and will be dealt with gradually as more Kenyans will register. They have, however, challenged the Ministry of Health to deploy SHA officials to health facilities across the country in order to help many people register, as opposed to asking Kenyans to seek services in cyber cafes.
The shift where we have contributions coming through our payroll is something that is painful today, but I think if it is managed very well, we will see a big impact. That everybody will have funding and we will not have harambes. A lot of times we have patients who come in, and many a times even I'm in groups where families and friends are collecting for loved ones for healthcare. We normally save for buying a car, save for buying a house, but when do we save for healthcare? So the SHA is actually an idea that will actually help us to save for healthcare.
We have also deployed health SHA officials to some of the health facilities to assist in registration and equally to assist in ensuring that this information or any other challenge is being sorted at the hospital. Because if you are unwell, it is unfair to tell you to go to town and get sorted there. So it is easier for us to deploy the SHA officials to the facilities, and especially the tertiary facilities, where they can be able to guide people immediately.
I think the idea of the government pulling resources together to help pay for healthcare, make healthcare more accessible, I think it's a noble idea. It's obviously having a lot of challenges currently, but it's something that in the long run, if we overcome these challenges.
As the competency-based curriculum continues to gain momentum, universities across the country have begun initiatives to retool lecturers to be in tandem with the changing education needs of learners and the world today. Addressing over 2,700 graduates during KCA's 17th graduation ceremony, Vice-Chancellor and CEO Isaiah Wakindiki noted that the launch of Lecturers Retooling College was a significant step towards addressing the critical need for well-prepared academic staff in the CBC era. On his part, the newly appointed Chancellor Dr. Martin Oduor expressed the need for universities to continue preparing learners by offering marketable courses.
What we want to do at KCA University as we prepare for the CBC is, first of all, prepare the teachers so that by the time the learners come, those instructors know what the CBC. Other institutions, they expect people to come and somehow they will understand what the CBC. So our agenda is other institutions will be telling their vice-chancellors, can you teach our faculty the way professor is doing at KCA University? The problem we have in Kenya here is not a question of competitive education. It's an economy that is not productive. The economy cannot produce enough jobs to absorb the various skills and the knowledge sets that are there, creating a situation economists will call unemployment. That's a problem. So Kenyans doing many jobs is they're just trying to find positions elsewhere in other economies so that they can feed themselves. But you know, I'm a scientist. When we say in mathematics, you start from the known to unknown. You don't start from the known to unknown. So they go there, those many jobs, while they are doing them, for sure they will identify or an opportunity in which they are suitably trained.
As Kajiado residents await for the court's decision on the 4th of this month on whether the annual land rates tax to freehold lands in the county will be implemented or not, Kajiado North residents have taken to the streets protesting against the implementation of the land rate charges, terming them as impunitive. Led by activists, the agitated residents claim that the law is discriminative, and if the land tax measures are implemented, then majority of landowners in Kajiado North and East will be disadvantaged as they will not enjoy freedom and right to own property. If imposed, freehold landowners will be subjected to paying an annual tax at a rate of 5,000 shillings per quarter of an acre. For a while now, there has been a push and pull between the Kajiado County government and targeted Kajiado residents.
But there are three counties that went on to hold on to it. That is Kajiado, Kiambu, and Narok. But Narok and I think Kiambu and even Nakuru, they have withdrawn their land rates. But Kajiado, they have continued to hold on to it. And that's why now we are agitating.
Initially, when the GNZs went, the Act of 2024, which went to Parliament, it had been suggested that it was going to be there. But when the GNZs went to Parliament, they removed it. So they have again reinvented it through the back door using the county governments now. The three county governments of Kajiado, Kiambu, and Nakuru and Narok. Those are the ones who have tried to do it through the back door. And these laws in Kajiado, where we are against it, it's targeting the people with small pieces of land, less than 1 acre. If you have less than 1 acre of land, that's half an acre, quarter an acre, or 1/8, a small piece of land, you are the one who's charged. That's discriminative. Eh? The law is discriminative. That's why tuitaki ingekuwa applicable to all the users, tungekubali. Lakini kwa sasa, they are charging everybody who has land which is smaller. But if you have a bigger chunk of land, 5 acres, 2 acres, 3 acres, they don't charge you. But anybody below 1 acre, they are charging us. That's why we say it's a discriminatory law against the people who have bought land in Kajiado.
Kiambu County rescue workers have graduated after completing disaster management training at the Kiambu County Fire Training Institute, which is in partnership with the Polish Center for International Aid. 70% of the rescue workers trained at the institute have acquired job opportunities in various departments in Kiambu and other counties across the globe, making the institute a stronghold of rescue work training. The training covered various disaster rescue missions, including fire incidents, road accidents, building tragedies, and water rescue missions.
Today we had the honor to graduate on urban search and rescue, training that incorporates both medical and building collapse. And with the enhanced equipment and the high training, we will be able to respond in a very short duration to save more life and to mitigate more disasters.
Right now, after this training, I'm sure we are equipped with all the skills and also the knowledge to use different equipments to locate people, maybe who are trapped under the rubble. That is when the buildings collapse. And if you compare to us before, right now we are more organized, and we've made a team from the actual firefighters, which is a team comprising of different skills from different categories, which involve shoring, rescue, search and rescue, first aid people, and also the recon teams.
Between the county government of Kiambu and the Polish Center for International Aid, we have benefited a lot through donation of equipment and trainings from our Polish partners. They came to Kenya way back in 2014 to strengthen the capacity of firefighters in Kenya. They started with Kiambu County, but they later extended their support to other counties, and currently they are covering around 43 counties. Of course, Kiambu has been the greatest beneficiary. We have had a training school built here in Kiambu in collaboration with the county government of Kiambu and the Polish Center for International Aid.
Catherine Wanjeri, a reporter with BDMAX Kameme TV, has been awarded with the Kenya Editors Guild Resilience Award. Wanjeri was shot 4 times on her thigh by the police while covering the anti-government protests in July. The incident was condemned by the Kenya Union of Journalists, which demanded accountability even as the ARP launched investigations into the shooting. Dozens of protesters clashed with police during the protest, with tens of them killed and others abducted, according to Kenya's Human Rights Commission.
Today I'm delighted, I'm happy to be the 2024 winner of the Freedom Warrior Award 2024. I was awarded by the Kenya Editors Guild. I'm so happy. They say after the pain there is gain. This is part of it, of the gain. After undergoing the unfortunate incidents of being shot while in the line of duty in Nakuru city. So I'm very honored, and I thank every other person who has been there for me. My fellow journalists in Nakuru County standing by me, raising their voices for me to get my justice.
They say when you are a journalist, you have to develop thick skin, else you are going to give up, especially when you are a woman. Because as women in the industry, we've gone through so much, and we're not saying that she was targeted by the police because she's a woman, but we go through so much, we go through many challenges, and many of us have exited the newsroom because they feel it's too hard for them. But Catherine looks so beautiful. She's an inspiration to many people. She's an inspiration to many young and upcoming journalists, and that's why we decided we have to give her her flowers when she's still alive.
When Catherine was named as it is a Service to Journalism Award, through a lot, but I have never been shot, not even once. And what struck me is that she was shot 4 times at close range, And once she recovered, she went back to work. And it is a commitment, and for me, that is what shows that journalism is not just a job, it is a calling. With all the hardship.
Congratulations to her. At this point, let's take a short break. We'll be back with more updates in a short while.
I will love you without condition.
Oh yeah, Nairobi, Kenya comes alive on the 7th of December 2024.
Malaika.
At SK, the Dome Jamhuri Park Showground from 7 p.m. as the sensational Register Etana. Live at the Good Vibes Festival. Tickets are now 500 shillings at the gate. Advance VIP tickets are going shillings at the gate. Ingia tiketi yetu na ushike tiko yako leo.
No other guy. And quickly out on love, but to you I give my affection.
Baada ya kutumia damu ya Yesu na mwili wa Yesu Kristo, shine, 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 you shine and you shine and just
Welcome back to K24 News. With the evolving job market and technology, young people have a myriad of ways that guide them on their career choices, including availability of job opportunities in and out of the country.
The topic on job opportunities and career choices in the country comes with a bitter pill to swallow, especially for young people who are affected by lack of employment. However, the evolution in the job market has helped young people to choose their careers wisely.
What else do you want to do apart from doing something that I'm saying that you love how you do it and not love the way you do it.
For those students placement focus for those students. So we help them get them ready with their CVs, mock interviews, and introduce them to employers.
And in the wake of digital era, young people are leaning more towards tech courses to ensure that they can easily get into the job market after school.
If you are not embracing tech in the financial get from the products we create for our customers, from even the day-to-day. Have been put away, but everything is made easier when you put it on phone. And
we live in a world that is constantly changing. With tech, it allows you to be a part of that change. And Kenya is the tech hub of East Africa. So why not? You should be amongst the many devs that they hear from Kenya.
So far, experts have demystified the narrative behind science courses, which was not only seen as a male-dominated field, but also a tough course to ensure more women and people in general.
So go for it. I'm a mentor and I'm doing it all well while staying this cute. So go for it, young girl.
Really been focusing and growing what we've been doing for the entry-level tech talent in Kenya, and we look forward to continuing with that. We're also looking at how do we support working professionals better for the upskilling that they need, and corporations who need to upskill their workforces.
Holidays, young people, parents and education stakeholders to this end have been called upon to ensure young people settle for the right courses before 2025 to ensure they are better placed for the right job market. Robbie Omondi, K24.
Community perceptions of people living with disabilities remain the greatest barrier to inclusion in Kenya 20 years after disability was legally recognized as a human rights agenda. Speaking in Nairobi to mark 2 decades of disability inclusion, Harun Hassan, the executive director of the National Council for Persons with Disabilities, emphasized the need for societal change. The event also honored institutions, individuals and organizations that have made outstanding contributions to supporting persons with disabilities.
I think the challenges are many as we continue to address, but one of the biggest challenges is attitudinal barrier, the barriers of the society, the barriers of the community where we are living, how they perceive matters disability. That's what we are still struggling with.
If I may just reflect a bit, I can say it's a story of transformation. It's a story of hope. It's a story of dignity. It's a story of liberation. And it's a story of claiming human rights. Because persons with disabilities have always been having a lot of challenges when it comes to attitudinal barriers, physical barriers, access to health services, access to education, access to employment, even access to social inclusion, like even marriage. So when we celebrate, it means a lot for us, and it simply shows that we have a story to tell, and tell it in our own language.
Parents are now being called upon to fight homosexuality among their children by guiding them to live by God's teachings. This came to light during the release of more than Parents were encouraged to ensure their boys are circumcised in a safe place where they are taught good morals in a bid to curb the vice in the society.
How did you see them? How did you see them? Yes, certificate. That's the
Kwa wazazi na wasihi na hata saa hii nimewatajia that socialization ya mtoto ni very important. Kama ni mtoto wa kiume, usimsocialize kama mtoto wa kike. Juu wale wanachukuliwa na vijana wanafanywa vibibi zao, those who are wives in the relationship of gayism, you realize ni wale huwa na tabia za kike. Na kwa hivyo ni vizuri mzazi avoid, and especially single mothers. Single mothers, we welcome you in this place, but we would want to let you know, please socialize your sons as boys, don't socialize them as girls. Hapo ndio msingi ndio huwa inaharibikia, unapata sasa because of those tendencies, even when they grow up still wanaendelea kubehave kama wasichana, na ndio sababu wanachukuliwa na vijana wanafanywa bibi zao.
Kuambia serikali na kuambia wazazi ni ya kwamba tuwe tuna mafunzo mazuri kwa vijana wetu, kwa kuwa tumejiigisha pahali pambaya. Tukiangalia social media vile wanafundishaga na vitabu na nini, vijana wanapotea kwa kuwa hapana fundishwa sawa sawa. Kwa hivyo Mungu atusaidie.
The Kenya Tourism Initiative has been highlighted as key in growing the industry between the two nations. Uganda High Commission to Kenya has to this end noted that the two countries have enjoyed good working relations in promoting the tourism sector. The recent increase of park fees at the Masai Mara has, however, affected two operators, with a number of tourists opting to visit Serengeti in Tanzania.
Of Toski is mainly young people that have come to be called as the Gen Z. And these are people that travel a lot, and they can resonate very well with their fellow youth. So that's why we are partnering with them to promote and sell Uganda, much as they are also the Ugandan youth. Because now even when you go to the Kenya coast, majority of the people in the and we are making Uganda and Kenya.
The biggest challenge that we have I'll have a quart of one pack that we sell.